Hello everybody, welcome on in. My name is Jenfire and this is a look at something new. This is the 1.21.50 update and this is the garden Awakens. I've wanted to do one of these videos for a long time, so here goes. In this video we're going to talk about the new biome, the new mobs, the new mechanics, and the 33 new items added to the game. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about a special promotion that is going on. There is a cape available for the Java edition. If you purchase your own cape from Minecraft.net, this offer is available from the 7th of December to the 31st of January. And it is one of 6 capes they have released this year. That's very special. How many capes have you collected? I want to know it in the comments. So to start off, we have Pale Gardens Biome. It is a rare biome and it can be very small. It can be up to 1 tree. So a good luck finding one that's got all the goodies in it. I've had to search a couple of seeds to find one that was big enough that I was happy with. Let's have a look at all the brand new things. First of all, we have this guy. You can see a few of them just spawn there. That is because it is becoming night. And now in the daytime, this is a peaceful biome with no passive mobs, but at night everything spawns, including this guy. This is the Creaking. He can be dealt no damage from the player or the environment, and he cannot move or attack when you're looking at it. However, if you look away from them, they will deal up to 2 hearts of damage. They also cannot fit in a boat, a minecart, or travel through a portal, so it's very hard to trap these guys. How you get them is if you attack them, it will show you where their heart is. If you follow the particle trail, this one is attached to this one here. As you notice, this put the little resin clumps here on the tree. You really want to collect those, especially if you want to make a farm. But how you kill this guy is by destroying the heart that it leads you to. As you can see, he just crumbled and disappeared there. If you do want to take one of these hearts, what you're going to need is a silk touch. Because if you try and break it with anything else, it will just break. There are 2 ways to get these. You can either, like I say, get it with silk touch, or you can craft it, which is why I mentioned before you might want to get the little clumps of resin that appear on the tree adjacent to the heart if you hit the creaking. The heart also cannot be generated from sapling trees. You either have to find it or craft it. That's the only 2 ways to get it. This is the spawn egg, and if you are in creative and you use the spawn egg, this guy is not going to behave the same as a wild one. Once you see one, they are persistent until daytime. They will disappear in the day. How you craft one of these hearts is pretty simple. First, you need a block of resin, which is just 9 clumps like that. And then you need to get yourself some pale oak. And it is simple 1, 2, 3, and that's how you make one. Things to note about the heart is they need to be between 2 pale oak logs to be active. You see this one is active, this one is not. And they cannot be pushed by pistons or redstone in either state. So if you are one of the techie types and you do like to do the farms, that is something to make a note of. The resin can be turned into an ingot by smelting it in a furnace, and these ingots can be turned into resin bricks. Now it's important to note that a resin brick cannot be undone because it is only made of 4, but the clumps of resin can, because they are made of 9 resin clumps. In the resin palette we have your standard block, stair, slab, wall, and a chiseled one which has the creaking face on it, which is pretty cool. And you can also use the resin as a trim for your armor. Along with this biome, we have a whole new wood palette. Now this is one thing I've been really excited about. We finally have a white wood. We finally have white stairs and slabs that are not diorite and not quartz, and it's easy to get early game if you can find the biome. So you've got all of your standard fences, doors, trapdoors, buttons, even boats and signs. Now I'm going to come over here and we're going to look at these nature blocks. We have got the hanging moss, which can be bone meal to get more, or sheared if you want to collect it. The oak trees themselves have this cute little sapling. It has to be placed in a 2x2, much like the dark oak. And the leaves have this cool little falling leaf animation, which I absolutely love. The pale moss is just like the regular moss. If you bone meal it, it will spread like the regular moss. If you bone meal the ground here, you're going to get these. These are the Eyeblossoms, and these come in 2 state, and these are my absolute favorite thing about this update. Of all the things, I enjoy these little flowers. So these little flowers come in 2 states. You can see here that they are closed in the daytime, and they open at night. And as you can hear, they have their own animated sounds for opening and for closing. These little flowers, the closed one, will produce a grey one. Now that is very unique because that is the only flower that produces a true grey, not a light grey, without the use of a wither rose or a squid. And then the open variety will produce an orange dye. Also a note on these flowers as well, you do not want these flowers around your honey hives because they are poisonous to bees. If they try to pollinate them or if you feed them to them, they will get poisoned. So no around your honey farms. If you craft these flowers up into a suspicious stew, you will get blindness with the open eye and nausea with the closed eye, which are not very nice effects. And then lastly, the moss carpet here. This moss carpet is different to the normal moss carpet. You can see when it's adjacent to a full block, it has this little decor detail on here. If you bone meal it, you can actually make it go a block higher. Now you can't climb this, but it is very pretty. And I actually think that the sapling itself is quite pretty. It looks like a little willow. The natural object as well, like the vines and the flowers and the trees, can be found with this guy wandering around it. However, it is very rare to get it from him. So you have to keep an eye out, especially if you're early game looking for the stuff. I've really enjoyed doing this. Please tell me what you think below, because this is the first time I've done anything like this. I will try and work on a tips and tricks video for these blocks because I'm really enjoying their designs. A big massive thank you to all my wonderful Patreons for keeping me doing what I'm doing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!